It was all questions and we just provided the answers, right? You take tests, you give answers to them. You answer it right, you pass a grade. Pass enough grades, you get into college. You get here, then what do you do? Answer some more questions, right? And then we get out of here, we gotta go to the real world, and then, okay, so what's our success predicated on? Is it our degree? What are these things? And I wanna ask you guys here, and I wanna, whoever's got the answer for me that I'm looking for, how about $10? We start with $10? Yeah, money? Hold on, I'm done texting. Alright, you guys, what's the number one thing that you think that you can control right now that will give you success? Oh man, I'll bring it back. What do you got?
Your perspective.
Your perspective. What's up, Aristotle? Good, but that's not it. What do we got? Your credit score. Alright, you're kind of touching on it. You're touching on it. Yes. Finances. Alright, you're getting closer. You're getting closer. I want one more idea. My man in the hat. Your money? I like that. I like that. That's the closest one. So I'm gonna keep you in mind. I'm gonna keep you in mind. You're gonna get it.
$5.
I'm not gonna give you the answer. I'm gonna roll through and ask you a couple more questions. If you guys had the choice, would you rather have a Mac or a PC? My Mac brethren, raise your hand. Alright, one more question then. If you guys didn't have to pay for it, Mercedes or Honda? So let me ask you a question. Who's a Mac person here? Who's a Mac person? Who like the Macs or PCs? Why do you like Macs? They're simple. Like me, thank you. What else? No viruses. Okay, where's my PCs at? What? What do we got? She raised it for her. PC. What do you like about it? Do you? Okay, so here's the usability. Alright. What about for my Mercedes? Who likes Mercedes over Honda? You? Why? It's just better. It looks better. What do you guys think? Why do you think Mercedes is better than Honda? Because it's a Mercedes. Now, is anyone wrong here? Is Mac always going to be better than PCs? Is Mercedes always going to be better than Honda? Regardless of what we think, why do we think that? Yes! Who gave me brandy? Holly.
$10.
Yeah, come get it. Come get it. You want it? Alright, I'm not going to give it to you. I'm not going to give it to you. Alright, so. You guys, it's about our brain, right? At the end of the day, the stuff that we've all done in school, it's been all about what? It's been all about answering questions, giving answers, worrying about our GPA, worrying about our degree. Do we go in the right major? What are we going to do after? What about my internships? Doesn't it freak us out a little bit? Freaked me out. I was like, you're going to be successful when you're older. I know it. My mom is adorable. But I was like, how am I going to actually do this? And it's our brand. More than our GPA, more than our degree, honestly, more than the university that we go to. And we're building that right now. If we know it or if we don't know it. And really what it comes down to is one, the creation of this brand and our ability to articulate it. Because we have to articulate it. And two, how much we pay for this brand. And it feels like a ticking time bomb. We have 4 years to figure this out. It's worth 35% of your score. This is basically, who here's ever, been cheated on or cheated on somebody else in a relationship? Dude, that guy rocks. So, your family history is just like that. Are you a cheater on the people that lend you money? It's as simple as that. Your creditors are banks, your department store card, student loans, anyone that's lending you money, you have to pay back. Fair enough? Now, if you pay it back in time, you're trustworthy. If not, you're a cheater. That's all there is to it. That affects 35% of your score. So, pay your bills on time. It wants to know 3 things. Recency. If you're a cheater, when did you cheat? Was it last month, or was it 24 months ago? Does that make sense? Let's say I cheated on you, I would never. But if we were, and then you just took me back, would you trust me if I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to Cancun next month? Is that cool? Right. But if I earned the trust back for like, let's say a couple of years and I was really, really good, you build more trust. right? Just like that, again, never. But that's what we're talking about here, and that's the thing. Money, sex, drugs, we don't talk about in school, right? We're like, no thanks, I'm good. But that's what we're going to talk about today, not the sex or the drugs part. We're going to jump into the money part. Now, come up here real quick. And then one brave person over here. You. Don't get scared. Look at me, I'm in front of all these people. Alright, real quick. Alright, so guys, a real quick example. Because we all love egos, right? If they both graduated and they're making $50,000 a year, and my boy here has got $30,000 of student loans and 10 grand of credit card debt because, you know, he loves bars. And she has no debt whatsoever, but they're both making $50,000. If he's got to pay like $1,000 every month for that debt, and she just gets to keep everything, who makes more money? Right? And that's as easy as it gets. But we don't pay it when we're in school, right? So we take out all these additional loans. And that's the stuff that, sit down. That's the stuff that we don't think about, because when I went to banking and investing, I was like, I'm looking at all these people, they used to lend people money, and every person that I saw that was young and successful, they got that. They understood it was their brand, and they understood they could leave here and not have any debt, that they got to keep more money. That's the stuff that we're going to go through today, and no matter what you think you have in terms of your resources, I promise you every single person in here not only can have all the dough they want, but even $5, $10, $15,000 in your pocket. Because I'm cool, I talk about that stuff. But yeah, do you guys play the game that I play? So long as I'm above zero at the end of the month, it's all good. Right? That's the game that I play. And then Wells Fargo was like, boom, bounce check, over limit. And I was like, oh, this is scary. So that's the stuff that most of us do. Mint.com, just when you step to the water, length of history. This basically just means how long have you had credit for? And we're going to go into this in a second because credit cards are the devil to everybody, aren't they? Your parents are like, hey, credit cards are the horrible, cut them off. I'm going to tell you why I love them here in a second. But length of history, it says how long have you had credit? If I've never dated anybody before, can I actually say I'm trustworthy as a boyfriend? No. And unfortunately, we have to have the possibility of doing wrong for us to get the benefit of doing right. So your length of history means how old is your oldest credit card or department store card, okay? And the second part is what's your average length of history? And super easy, guys. If you have the same 3 credit cards, one was 2 years old, one was 4 years old, one was 6 years old, add all 3 of those up, you'd have 12 years and divide by the number of cards. So you'd have a 4-year-old history. Now, the reason why that's important is if you take your advice of your parents, they say, cut up your credit card. And you cut it up, and you only had one that was 3 years old, all of a sudden, whatever trust you built is now gone. Your credit score is the gratification gap. Our generation is, right? If I hit my iPhone and it takes like 3 seconds to switch screens, I'm like, what the hell's wrong with this? Doesn't mean stop and I'll throw you. You know, we do that, and we don't want to wait like our parents till we're 40 or 50 or 60 to enjoy life. Amen? Is that true? So that's what we're going to talk about today. By the time we wrap this up, in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to talk about that second part, which is how do we create this brand for the least amount of money possible. Because what are we doing right now? We're building it, and whatever money we're paying for it, be it loans or whatever, is the cost of our brand. Now, Business 101, and try with me on this, guys. Let me unpack this for you. 30 minutes, it's going to be action-packed, and at the end of this, you're going to gain a really cool understanding to like your success. Because if you're like me, when I was 20-something, I wanted to be successful right now. I don't want to be successful when I'm 50 or 60. Well, it's not true, I want to be successful then as well, but I didn't want to wait until I was 50 or 60 to get that. Up until this point, we have all had to answer questions, right? Just answer, since we're little, right? You go to school, is it A, B, C, or D? You know, you gotta answer enough questions to pass enough tests. You pass enough tests, you pass enough grades, you graduate from high school. You do that well enough, you get into college, right? More questions, more answers, and then you graduate, and then what happens? You gotta go answer some more questions, and you interview, and get a job, and it continues to go on and perpetuate. Why haven't we ever stopped though? And maybe you guys have, so go ahead and throw some at me if you have. Why haven't we asked a question? We always answer them. What is success? How are we defined as being successful and what's successful to us? And what do we really want? And the thing that most people, I don't think we ever hit on is our brand is the most important thing that most of us have.
And just to regress a little bit, this event's called college capitalism. And people hear capitalism and they're like, wait, I'm a Democrat. Don't worry about that. Capitalism in terms of actually what it means. Capitalism means that it's an economic or political system where business is owned by private individuals for profit and not controlled by the state. Basically what that means is that individuals that create a brand, a product or service that's good, can make money and prosper. Does that make sense? Dude, don't sneeze when I'm talking. This is crazy stuff, right? So it's all about our brand and how we can prosper. If you think about Apple, or think about Audi. I like Macs better than I like PCs. I like Audis better than I like Hondas. That's my personal preference, but they have a brand, right? A brand that's been able to build trust with us. But we want you guys to know about this, because even if your tuition's paid off, let's say, you can still be getting $5 grand right in your pocket. So if it's all paid off, you get it back, $5 grand, they just write you a check. The school writes a check right back to you. They're like, oh, your tuition's done. Why do we have to be poor college students eating top ramen? I would rather drive a Mercedes cruiser around. What happened? I wrote an essay. What did you do today? You know? That's a much better way, I think, for college for me, because I'm not here to tell you to live frugally. I'm not here to tell you how to say. I'm here to show you guys how to literally leave all that debt behind, build your brand, and have that extra money so you can persist through college, get your degree, go out and be successful, have this money to start your own business, invest, give it to the new
eyes to something that's very, very different. It's very, very new. It's not the traditional way of thinking, but we're not the traditional generation. We don't want to wait till we're 40 or 50 and we're not going to retire in a pension plan. That's the way of the past. What we're going to do is we're going to heighten ourselves to a level that no one else heightens themselves to, because they're not understanding this branding aspect. And you guys can do it. Everybody here does this hands down in a way that just makes sense to you, right? You don't work any longer, you make more money, you make the right call, you build your credit score up, and it's all good. Does this make sense to everybody? Yeah? All right. What I want to do is this. Since it is Sunday, since you guys have been so great being here, I want to just open the floor up to talk, to ask questions. Let me fill you guys in on this understanding, because our number one goal is to be able to help you guys do this. Not theoretically, but practically as you leave here. Now, for everybody else that's here, you guys feel free to jam out. That is absolutely fine. But for everyone else that wants to talk to me, I have a question about this. What does this mean? Where do I go to do this? The whole point of this is to make this instant gratification as easy as possible. So you guys, hook me up, give me one last round of applause for them bringing us in here, and stay here. I will stay here as long as you want.